The good thing about crowdfunding is not just about raising the money, it's also about building up your client base and your prospects before you even have a product or a service to offer.
I'm David Johnson, and I'm delighted to welcome our special guest on this talk, Mr. Jeff Spires. Jeff is a high-performance coach, a best-selling author, and a digital marketer specialist. Having studied both human behavior and business marketing for the past 14 years, Jeff has now turned his attention to reward-based crowdfunding to help entrepreneurs build a tribe of loyal backers so they can raise the money that they need to get their businesses off the ground. Jeff has worked with entrepreneurs, CEOs, celebrities, and has seen firsthand exactly what it takes to build an online presence. In fact, recently Jeff has run a product launch campaign that generated over 10,000 leads in under 24 hours. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
Delighted you could come and join us on Masterclass Crowdfunding Talks. Pleasure to have you here. So initially, tell us a little bit about your background, your business, where you've come from.
Okay, background, well, started out as a welder, as an engineer, back when I left school and university. Got to about 24 years old, absolutely hated doing it. Every single day, just fumes, really hot and sweaty in all the gloves and the overalls on, doing welding. So it wasn't a really nice career choice, and it was more something that I fell into just because my dad done it, my uncle done it. So I kind of just moved into that path as well. And I got to a stage where I was kind of sick and tired of doing the same repetitional stuff and thought, you know what, I want to start my own business. I want to actually get involved in helping other people as well. So I started to learn graphic design, I started to learn programming, I started to learn business strategies and marketing. And at the same time as doing all of that, I was also learning advanced psychology as well. So I kind of done the two parallel together. And little did I know at the time, it's actually those two topics really kind of drove me down the path of where I am today, really helping entrepreneurs build a tribe, but really understanding the psychology of their audience as well. Actually, what makes them take action, what drives them towards backing and supporting project campaigns. And
I know you have taken some of that knowledge and information experience and put it into a book. So It's an Amazon bestseller. So there's an opportunity for you to plug your book and give us the title of it, what you were trying to achieve through launching a book.
Yeah, absolutely. So the book is How to Succeed in Life and Happiness. And that really came about from studying psychology for a long period of time, and me in my early 20s struggling with anxiety, sort of low-grade depression as well. And then when going through a lot of the psychological aspects of it and realising, okay, this is how I pull myself out of this, but then working with so many entrepreneurs and business owners from startups to multimillionaires and finding they all struggle with these same psychological challenges as well. So it was really good to be able to put this into a book and be able to write it not just for the general population, but also for entrepreneurs as well.
Okay, and I know you also have a small number of select coaching clients that you work with very closely in terms of their business life, but also their personal life. So again, just briefly, what does that entail? How do you find that interaction working with people on that intimate level?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I love doing the coaching work. I love getting to work with entrepreneurs, and when they're sharing their vision, their ideas, their passion, their drive towards building something, that's often their psychology that stops them. It's often fear, or this fear of rejection, or I'm not good enough, is what stops them from progressing and growing in their business. So being able to actually help them through that and understand their psychological blockages and help them to overcome them is really rewarding, and seeing them take their business to the next level and keep on growing, but do it from a position of happiness rather than just focus purely on profit all the time. Actually enjoying the journey is quite rewarding.
Okay, so you're here today to talk a bit about rewards-based crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is, of course, a global phenomenon in terms of what it's done in the last 7, 8, 9 years. The market has just exploded. It was growing 100% year on year for almost 7 years solid. So what brought you into crowdfunding? What was it about crowdfunding that attracted you?
Yeah, I think it's mainly the tribe side of it as well, because having a digital marketing background is all about how to run a product launch, how to have an idea and then get your idea out to the masses within inside of a short, small little window. And that's really the same as what we're looking at with crowdfunding. And when I work with people on their crowdfunding campaigns, most people don't realize that all we're trying to do is an advanced product launch strategy. And I try to go down this avenue of just throwing an idea at a website and not realizing actually there's a lot of pre-work that needs to go into it as well.
So following on from that, what you've just said there, is crowdfunding for everyone?
I think crowdfunding works in every industry, but I don't think it's for everyone. So the topics can work, but it all comes down to the specific idea within inside of an industry, and it all comes down to the actual person behind the idea as well. And if you get those two right, the person has the passion for their project, and the actual idea itself is one that's going to work in crowdfunding, then yeah, it will work.
I think the industry statistics have around 2 out of every 3 campaigns launched on all different models. 2 out of 3 are unsuccessful. They don't reach their target. So just how easy or how difficult is it to actually launch and be successful in a crowdfunding campaign?
I think it's hard. I think it's difficult to run a successful campaign. Mainly because most people just don't take into account the fact they need to have a crowd, they need to have an audience, and they don't realise actually how much work goes into creating an audience that have, one, got an interest in their idea, and 2, are willing to actually support them and back them on their idea as well. So if you just have an idea for a crowdfunding campaign, no matter how good that idea is, if you can't generate a tribe before launch, you're really going to struggle with actually getting, raising your target amount, let alone actually you even just getting started on the back end wheel as well.
So for those who are watching this talk, who perhaps don't know a lot about crowdfunding, there are different models, there are different types of crowdfunding. Could you just explain to us briefly in layman's terms what the different models are within the industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So the one that I mainly work with is rewards-based crowdfunding. So you have an idea, you've got this brilliant, amazing idea for a project you want to get out there to the world, but in order for you to actually reach out to a tribe and attract the tribe in, you need to offer them some incentives for them to back you. So you need to give them some rewards in exchange for them giving you money. So this works on the law of reciprocity. So you have to be a giver in order to gain as well. So rewards crowdfunding is a really good one for startups and entrepreneurs. And then you have equity, who are really kind of people who are looking to give away shares and ownership of their business or their products idea in order to raise the money. And then you have peer-to-peer lending. It's kind of like going to a bank and borrowing £10,000. But with peer-to-peer lending, you'd actually go out to multiple different angel investors or different investors who are willing to give you £1,000 each from that 10,000. But just like a bank, they want their money back and they want interest on top of it. And then of course you've got the charity one as well, which is people will back your projects on intrinsic reward rather than actual exchange of products or services.
Okay, so I know you work a lot with project creators, people that have projects, and you sit down with them and you analyze their potential campaign and you get them ready for launch. So what's the one thing people seem to miss as they prepare their campaign? Is there one thing that stands out in your mind that most campaigns don't seem to grasp or miss before the launch?
Yeah, absolutely. Research. It's the most, probably of all entrepreneurs and every business owner I've ever worked with, it's the most boring part of running a business, sitting there doing research. And everyone just wants to get straight in, dive into it, get stuck in, make the money, and then just get on with it. But research is where the success of your campaign is built upon that one area.
Do you mean research about their product or research about crowdfunding or?
Kind of all of it. So research in terms of what crowdfunding really is, what one is most suitable for them. Research around the product, looking at other campaigns as well. Did they work? Was they successful? Was they unsuccessful? How did they structure it? How did they write the pitches? How did they put their videos together? Research on how to build a tribe. Is there a tribe out there looking for this kind of product or service that you've got to offer? So just doing that preliminary research and just kind of putting yourself out there first of all before you spend all of the time and the months and the money on building out a crowdfunding campaign. Just a little bit of research up front can go a long way.
Okay, a few months ago I was in London and attending an event, and you were actually one of the guest speakers at the event.
Yep.
and you did a talk, if memory serves me right, on the 4 pillars of crowdfunding.
Yes.
And I felt that you really explained succinctly to people that were there what are the key elements. Could you quickly just give those 4 key pillars of crowdfunding?
Yep, absolutely. So the 4 key pillars we found with all crowdfunding campaigns, every crowdfunding campaign covers these 4 together. So if you have a crowdfunding campaign, it's one of these areas are missing, then you're really going to struggle to actually get through and raise the money. So those number 1 is the idea itself of the campaign. Is it a passion-driven idea or is it a profit-driven idea? Because the more passionate you are about your idea, the chances are you're going to really push it through and do what's required to actually make it a success. Because most people, they start doing crowdfunding, realize it's hard work, and then they just give up halfway through. So the people who are really passionate about making this a reality, turning their dream into a tangible asset, are the ones that are really going to see it through. So the idea is important up front. Then it comes down to actual build, and this is where you taking your idea and turning it into something that people can see. So this is taking your idea and doing your copywriting, your videos, creating your rewards and uploading them to the website. So you're building your idea out. But the trick with the build part is to make sure that you're communicating effectively to your audience. So it's not a case of just slapping up some content on a website and fingers crossed it's going to work. It's really diving into your copy and your video and trying to communicate your message to your audience, get them to empathize with you and have compassion, enough compassion that they're going to back and support your campaign as well. Number 3 is tribe building. So this is the one I work most closely with my consultants on how to actually go out there and build an audience. Because there's 3 different areas for tribe building. One is your hot audience, your close friends and family members, and it's worth going to them first. Your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, and saying that people you know, absolutely. Can you please support my idea, my dream, my vision? And those people are likely to back you. Then you have your warm audience. These are acquaintances, friends of friends, family members, people you kind of know but don't see all the time, and then reaching out to them. And then finally you have your cold audience, and these are people we don't know yet. And that's where advanced marketing strategies come in, being able to use social media, paid advertising, PR, and get in front of this audience. And again, it's all about communication, getting that audience to understand the value and the benefit to them and why they should back your products and service. So then the 4th one, finally, once you've got those 3 right, is to go live, is to actually launch your campaign. And then during this launch, it's all about being motivated, creating the enthusiasm, engagement, encouraging people to share your idea right through to the end, the last 30, 45 days of the campaign, to really sort of drive it home and push it hard.
Mm-hmm. In my experience, a lot of people try and rush to point 4 before they've really done 1, 2, and 3. Is that a fair summary?
Yeah, definitely.
And therefore, I mean, you've spent time talking about 1, 2, and 3, which must be done before you actually launch.
Yeah.
So, is it fair to say a lot of people don't take time to prepare the launch properly, and then they wonder why it's not successful?
Yeah, it really is. A good launch can take 2 to 3 months. So it's time. It really is that commitment, that effort to be able to build a tribe, actually be able to constantly communicate with them. You need to produce a lot of content. You need to create Facebook videos, blogs. You need to create email lists. So all of these things need to be thought of before you go live. If you just launch and you've got your fingers crossed and just hoping people are going to find your campaign and start throwing money at your campaign, that is just not going to happen. So it's putting in the pre-work first, putting the effort in, taking the time to actually get it right, and then when you do go live, you'll have a successful campaign.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I know that in recent months you've spent a bit of time acting as a consultant for crowdfunding projects.
Yes.
And that's getting alongside, I'm guessing, working with them, helping them prepare their launch. How have you found that received by project creators in terms of the value you've been able to bring to them and helping them shortcut their learning cycle and get them to a point that they can actually launch.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's always extremely well received. That's the great thing about doing the consultancy side. Is the good thing about crowdfunding, it's not just about raising the money, it's also about building up your client base and your prospects before you even have a product or a service to offer. So your tribe is basically your list that you're building. So as soon as you start consulting on list building strategies, marketing strategies, email strategies, it really is well received, because this isn't just a crowdfunding skill set, this is actually business essential skill set, tools and strategies that are not just going to help them to raise money, but are going to help them with the longevity of their business as well. So yeah, it always goes down pretty well.
Okay. So let's just say I'm sitting with a project.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at crowdfunding for the first time, just wondering, is this for me? What's the one thing, the one bit of advice you would give me as I look at crowdfunding as a source of finance for my project?
Okay, one bit of advice. Number one is, look, is this product, is your idea actually wanted in a market space? If you have got an idea and you're absolutely crazy about this idea, and your parents and your friends and family say, yeah, it's quite a good idea, it still doesn't mean it's going to be well received by an audience. So it's again, it's looking at that idea and going, okay, what is if there's a problem, how does your products, your idea, come up with the solution to someone's problem? And if you've got those two right, then it's going to be a great idea. No matter what the industry is, all we're trying to do is help people move from one place to the next place. So we need our products, our service, our offering to be that easy transition for them to move over.
And then when it comes to rewards, because this is reward-based crowdfunding, so what advice would you give a project creator when they're trying to design rewards that are going to be attractive in the market?
Yeah, so attractive rewards really do come down to actually what you're trying to offer, but really good ones are early bird discounts, super early bird discounts, so you can kind of limit the amount of people that can access this reward. So if you've got a product, like the glasses or watch, and you say that the first 50 people are going to get this at 50% off, is a really attractive offer. And then the next 100 people are going to get it at 25% off. And then the rest of the people are going to get it like 15% off. So discounts work extremely well. Limited editions work extremely well. VIP offers, free tickets to events work extremely well. So yeah, all of those type of rewards are a great way to be thinking about how you can add value to someone else. And
you're looking to have sort of high value rewards, but low cost. I imagine that's what you're looking for in a perfect reward.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's got to be a high profit for you, but it's got to be easy for you to ship and distribute at low cost. So you want maximum reward for you, but you also need to factor in the shipping and the distribution and the handling as well. So if you are going to do something for a reward of £50 and it's going to cost you £50 to manufacture it and distribute it, then obviously it's not going to be a great reward. No, absolutely. Okay. So yeah.
So in terms of the industry, it's been quite well documented that it's sort of exploded this past 4, 5, 6 years, particularly in the United Kingdom, but around the world. How do you see it developing and changing over the next 2, 3 years? What's it going to look like in 3 years' time?
I think it's going to be, it's more niche communities are going to start coming out as well, but it's going to be something that I believe a lot of entrepreneurs are really going to start moving towards a lot more. So at the moment, there's a lot of musicians and artists and games, online gaming and actual board gamings work extremely well. But as the more entrepreneurs and serious business owners really start picking this up as a good way to be able to raise money or even bring awareness to their new products, their new service before they even go live. So like early bird kind of pre-sales of their products before it actually happens. That could quite nicely change the actual dynamics of what's going to happen with crowdfunding. A lot more entrepreneurs and business owners and corporates actually getting involved as well.
Okay, so one final sentence of a tip to someone who's looking to get involved in crowdfunding. What would Jeff Spires, the coach, the business author, the digital marketing expert, what would his golden nugget be to someone who's going to start a crowdfunding campaign?
Golden nugget is have a good idea and build a tribe. It's as simple as that.
Have a good idea
and
build a tribe.
Build a tribe. If you get those two right, the rest is plain sailing.
Okay. Yeah. Jeff, thank you for your time. I appreciate you coming in to talk to us at masterclasscrowdfunding.com. and we look forward to perhaps talking to you again sometime in the future.
Absolutely.
But for now, all the best.
Thank you very much.